The final week of the BCFC's regular season and big-time matchup in the Apple Bowl coming up. Ben McCauley from the Okanagan Sun, Shane Beatty from the Westshore Rebels joining me now. And Ben, I got to start with you. An interesting scoreline to say the least from your game against the Broncos. I read up about it. What was your perception of ultimately a victory, but an interesting game against Kamloops last weekend?
Yeah, well, it was a combination of things, and part of it was it'd be easy to blame having 20 guys out with the flu and most guys not practicing all week, including coaches. But at the end of the day, we still got to show up and play football, and we didn't do that until late in the game, and our rhythm was off, and usually even I have the ability to manufacture some energy on the sideline. I didn't have much in the tank, so just getting through that week was important for us. And the fact that Kamloops showed up to play a good game of football didn't help either. So, credit to those Kamloops boys who played a great game of football and gave us everything they had and made us work all four quarters for it.
Shane, you guys were facing a must-win situation to get into the playoffs, and it didn't come together for you. What did you see from the performance from your club, and talk about sort of the emotions and the feelings and the conversations after knowing that no postseason for your group this year?
Our kids have been resilient. Obviously, they were upset. They were hurt. Guys like Cody Holmes and Ray Provo and all of our zero all-star kids were pretty upset. Obviously, we were up and down. We played well defensively. We gave up 207 yards. Had almost 500 yards on offense, but we just couldn't pull it together on special teams. And as a collective, as a team, we lost the game. And obviously, I thought we should have won, but we didn't pull it together. And now we got to go face the mighty Sun with their 19 All-Stars and our 0 All-Stars. Their long grass. We're buying, like I said earlier, buying a John Deere tractor to bring with us. They got the better head coach. They got the better assistants. They got the better grass. And we don't have a chance.
Shane, obviously, I can, you touch on it very subtly there. The All-Star selections shutout for the Rebels.
Zero.
Man, yeah.
Not number 15, not number 8, not number 2, 21, 0. We got 0. Cloner didn't vote for any of our kids.
Is that something that, is a big conversation point there?
Pardon, sir?
A big conversation point, obviously, right now with your group?
Kids got pride, right? Kids have a lot of pride. I thought we have some special kids in this team. 10 might be the most special kid I've coached in this league since Brendan Van Nistelrooy.
Ben, what was your take on the All-Star selections? Obviously, the Sun loaded. Most of the defensive team was on there as well. What was your look on things?
Yeah, especially on the defensive side. Those are guys who've been making plays all year. Part of it's that they've had more time on the field. When our offense struggles, we have the most punts in the league. We number of punt records. So, that means our defense is on the field a lot of chance to build up stats and things like that. But, Coach Mollard's done a great job getting those guys ready to play every week. And, as it stands right now, I think we've got 50 takeaways on the year. And that's a big, kudos, a feather in the cap for Nathan Mollard and that side of the ball. So, for guys to be recognized is great. That many guys, it did look a little lopsided to me. And I certainly, didn't bring me a lot of happiness to see my guys loaded up there and another team shut out. I think Shane's right. They've got a lot of guys who probably should have been on that list. So when it came down to it, our guys ended up with a bunch of all-stars. It certainly doesn't help us in a game week against the Rebels to have them with that kind of chip on their shoulder and that kind of motivation to come in here and upset us this week as well.
Shane, is that accurate, a chip on the shoulder kind of attitude for you guys here?
Honestly, we have a bunch of kids that are just high-character kids, but they do play with a chip on their shoulder. They're competitive. Our kids know a lot of their kids on the Sun, right? You got Brennan, you got Hansa there, and you got a bunch of kids that our kids have played with back east. And in Calgary, so it's a competitive game. Our kids want to come in there and shine, regardless if we're 3-7 or 7-3, and we want to finish the season strong. I got a lot of respect for Ben and Nathan and what they've done with that program. We're going to go in there and we're going to battle. It's going to be a good game, trust me.
Ben, is it true the allegations that the Apple Bowl lawn is longer than it's ever been here?
Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks ago we were tripping over it, but we also realized that most other teams have to not only play on turf but practice on it. So the difficulty is we also have to play on it. So, we practice on natural grass and we play on it. It may be an advantage for us, but, I certainly don't think that's anything that's going to slow the Rebels down. It didn't slow Kamloops down.
Mahler's going to be out there Friday night wetting it down.
He's out there already. But, it's I think it might be a first quarter thing, but by the time everyone gets a feel for it, I don't expect it to take that much of an advantage for us.
Shane, for you personally, obviously there's a lot here with your long history with the Okanagan Sun, some great years, a lot of success there for you as well. Try and talk to me about what it's going to feel like for you and what you bring into this game for yourself.
Well, let's be honest. We've been going back there for 3 years now, right? With JC and I, and then Charlie and I. I have nothing but respect for that program with the Les Weisses and the Nathaniel Nagy's, the Mike Botterills. Love Ben to death. So, it's a good feeling to go back and compete, right? We got to compete. We have to finish this year strong and get on the recruiting trail. JC and I will be back next year, and we're going to get after it. But right now, we have to finish this week strong.
Ben, how big is the conversation around first place, around what you guys have a chance to achieve?
That's not going to happen, Dom. No, they're going to finish third after we go in there and get after them.
Well, Ben, what do you say?
The first place is not really a conversation, especially that we're having with the team. Certainly from an organizational standpoint, it's big for us to be able to play at home. But for us, we've been kind of backs against the wall since the break, where we were 2-2-1, and we felt like every week we had to win. And there's been, as Shane will probably agree to, there's been no easy wins. There's been no easy road in this league. So, this week's no different. Whether we're playing, first through sixth place, everybody's giving you a battle. So. We're just trying to get into playoff mode where we come out and we compete to win, and what better opportunity. We're playing a team that's in fifth place, but they're going to play us as if they're a first place team because they're a tough group of competitors. So what better way to get ready for the playoffs?
I feel a bit like Mean Gene Okerlund here, guys. Like I'm cutting a wrestling promo a little bit, maybe. I think I should maybe get some security in the mix here. It's great. I appreciate it.
There's nothing but respect here, Dom. Let me tell you something, though. This league is loaded with quarterbacks this year, and not chill about quarterback. That Valley quarterback is one tough nut. Obviously, if I'm Kelowna, I want to finish first as well, so they get that home field advantage. They make that $20,000 in the gate or whatever it may be, right? That's big to them. For us, it's just coming in there and playing our butts off and getting after it. So we both have something to play for, and I'm proud of Ben and what he's done, and we're going to get after it on our end.
Something scary, Ben, about playing a team with nothing to lose, so to speak?
Well, anytime you play a Shane Beatty coach defense, there's something scary about that. They come after every quarterback very hard this year. And, heading into playoffs, we want to be able to be playing our best football, and they're certainly a threat to that. So, we've got a lot of respect as well for Shane and for JC. And, our paths have crossed a number of times in the last few years, and they'll continue to, I'm sure, in the future. It's always going to challenge you to be your absolute best. And, we try and learn as much as we can from Shane. We even, talk to him during the week and try and figure out what his game plan is against us. And then we know he's feeding us some sideways.
Hard, Ben. We know we got to stop number 18 on the fly sweep, on the screens. We got to stop your A-gap trap. We understand all that, but you guys are a well-coached team right now, Ben, and get after it now. Get after it. We'll see you Saturday.
Gentlemen, thank you for this. Enjoy the battle. I can't wait to watch.
Thanks, guys.
Much love.
Thank you. Okay. Awesome, guys.